Okay, so to start creating a service contract, we need to go to the customer module and then select the contract submodule. So this next screen displays all the currently active contracts and it allows you to manage them in the one place. Please see the additional video on managing service contracts for more details. So to begin, we need to select Add New Contract. And the first section that we see is a section for general information. So all these sections can then be expanded and collapsed using the up and down arrows. We'll get started by filling out all the information that we need to build up the general information section. So to begin with, select the customer that we want the service contract to be set for. So here you can click the ellipsis and then you can scroll up and down and select a customer from the list. So you'll notice that this will autofill the customer name and the branch field for you. Then you can set the contract type to service, add a customer reference if required. This is an optional field. And you can also attach any relevant documents if needed. So for instance, you could attach a customer purchase order. Any attachments that you add will only be available to your back office staff. For service type, you can select equipment if you will be servicing specific items of equipment and applying ongoing service schedules to them. Or you can select site and use this if you're setting a recurring schedule for the site as a whole. So for instance, if you were selling a few days per month for an engineer to be on a site and they'll be repairing or maintaining equipment as needed. The cover type field gives you an option for full maintenance or non-full maintenance. So this field allows you to capture what cover may be included on the contract. The field is only used for information and reporting purposes but allows you to separate cover types at a high level. In general, full maintenance is a contract type that has a pre-agreed charge for the parts and labour on each service. Non-full maintenance is a contract type that often covers part of, but not all of a service. The service level field allows you to categorise your service contracts and set the overall service level for the contract. Click the ellipsis and select the relevant service level from the list. You can also add additional service levels from here, so click Add. Then enter a name and add a response time in hours and then go save. So now just select from the list the relevant service level for the contract. You will be able to set different service levels for any individual items of equipment you add to the contract later on, and you can also set defaults per service level, and this is covered in another video. So the preferred engineer field is optional, but it allows you to select a default engineer that should be sent to any service jobs raised from this contract. So just select the engineer from the list. So this is helpful for scheduling, but it is only set as the default engineer for the contract, and the engineer selected for any individual job can be changed. The branch service contract is not used when setting up customer contracts. It is only used for servicing your own items of equipment and tools, and this is covered in detail in another video. You can add any notes that you need in the box there, and just bear in mind that those are only viewable internally and are not viewable by the customer. And finally, in the general information section, you've got an option to add a contract specific revenue profile. So you can select one from the list if there are any that apply. So this field is optional and only required if you have more than one nominal for service contract revenue, or if you split the service revenue to multiple nominals. Revenue profiles are covered in more detail in their own video.